na cancer mthomashitulu minister na cancer bazobuya nayo abafana Saturday eMbombela once and always. Minister, South Africa, as we know, does not have a land shortage problem. What we do have is an urban residential land problem. That is where the real pressure sits. The greatest demand for land today in South Africa is in our cities and towns, where millions of South Africans are searching for land for residential purposes, for dignity, for a place to call home. And until we confront that honestly, we'll continue to misunderstand the frustration around the pace of land reform, redistribution, and restitution. Because when people cannot access land closer to economic opportunity, transport, schools, and work, anger grows. The land question is no longer about ownership, it is about access, development, and opportunity. At the same time, Minister, there remains a serious challenge around agricultural land in rural South Africa. The painful truth is that there's still a significant amount of arable land that is either underutilized or not used productively at all. Some of that land, as you know, came through the redistribution and restitution processes. Yet communities still do not feel empowered as true economic participants. Land reform cannot end with a title deed a ceremonial opportunity. Land reform, Minister, must create productive farmers, sustainable rural economies, and thriving communities. Because land alone is just not enough. When land does not have roads, it is in isolation. Land without the markets produces poverty, and land without infrastructure is actually abandonment. And we can agree, Minister, that land without water is not very useful. If this budget is to mean anything to the people in our villages and farming communities, then the rural infrastructure development funding must prioritize key infrastructure, especially water infrastructure, because once water arrives, development follows. People can farm, small businesses can emerge, livestock can survive. Food security can also improve. Water is the foundation upon which rural economic development stands. I come from a village myself, El Farah village. I have seen how decisions taken over many years collapsed local agricultural activity, especially through the neglect of the water systems and the rural infrastructure. We know we cannot change yesterday, but we can decide what we do today. We must use this budget to change the narrative around this department. Rural development cannot remain an afterthought while urban centers continue to absorb people fleeing underdevelopment